So again, good morning everyone, and thank you for coming to this signing of Memorandum of Understanding between THACO Auto and BJ Mercantile. This is about our us being a bus distributor for the THACO products. But before anything else, I'd like to introduce the delegates for today. So for BJ Mercantile, we have our very own Vice President Leilani here, and then our sales manager Don Ramos, and our sales associate Marty Salas, and I'm from the marketing team, Kishi Tamayo. And then from the THACO group, we'd like to introduce the Vice President of THACO Auto, Mr. Duan Datlin, and then the Director of Truck and Bus Expo, Mr. Nguyen Ngoc Chung, and the Expert Sales Manager, Mr. Sean Lin Kong, and the Marketing Manager is also here, Mr. Nguyen Lin Kong. I hope I pronounced everyone's name correctly. Okay, so to begin this press con, we'd like to call our Vice President for BJ Mercantile, Mr. Leilani, for her speech.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, everybody, actually. Pleasant morning to everybody. Welcome again, our friends from THACO, the THACO Auto Group, family, media friends, obviously. As most of you know, actually, last November 2024, BJ Mercantile celebrated our 50th anniversary with our tagline, "Moving forward to building better partnerships." We have in fact introduced our new partners last year, and today, with the goal of continuously helping our clients build and sustain their businesses, we are partnering with the leading automotive manufacturing and distribution company in Vietnam, THACO Auto, so that together we may be able to deliver value to our customers through exceptional products and services. You know, how did we actually get to meet THACO to begin with? When we were working with one of our clients, you know, they came to us and they said, "Oh, can we actually look at the THACO body? Can we go to Vietnam, look at the THACO body for our Scania chassis?" When we got to visit the factory, actually, I was very, very impressed with, you know, the facilities of THACO, and that's where it all started. I felt that they would be the perfect partner for us in terms of the quality products that we are looking for. I believe that they will be the perfect partner for us in terms of the professionalism that they have shown, and I am very hopeful that, you know, I'm not wrong, and I am sure that, you know, they will support us through and through. As many of you know, the Philippines is a very competitive market. There are many brands offering practically the same products. Wherever you go, it's the same buses that's being offered. But what actually sets us apart? From the very beginning, what we always talk about is continuous uptime. What is uptime? It's, the number of hours or the number of days that, the buses or the vehicles are on the road, that they are operating, that they're running. We understand aside from continuous uptime, we also understand the businesses of our clients, and I think that is most important. The relationship that we have built with our clients, and being understanding them, being able to empathize with them, I think is probably what sets us apart. When they come in with a challenge, we don't just try to solve. We try to solve their challenge, but we also at first listen to them first and offer them the best solution that they can possibly have. And that goes with the many products that we offer. We try as much as possible to offer them what we feel is the best fit for their business. We understand that for every single day that their buses or their vehicles are not running, that they're losing money. And we take that to heart. We're very serious about that. We make sure that whatever we are offering to them is very, very reliable. If the buses come into the workshop during the day or in the morning, we make sure that the buses actually leave our workshop that same day, either in the afternoon or in the evening, because we know that these vehicles are going to be used again, or passengers are waiting for these vehicles. They've already pre-booked their seats, and that these vehicles will be used again for the next whatever round trip or whatever trip that they will be making. Again, I will no longer speak as much as I can. A lot of you have been, a lot of you know us from way back. Thank you again for supporting us. Thank you for all of the exposure that you have given to the company, and hopefully you guys will be able to support us further as we expand our business. Again, very good morning to everybody, and thank you very much.
THACO Auto, and that is Mr. Duan Tatlin. A round of applause, please.
Good morning, distinguished leaders of PC Mercantile, esteemed members of the press and media. First of all, I would like to extend my warmest greeting and best wishes to all the distinguished leaders and other guests present at today's press conference, signing the Memorandum of Understanding on Bus Distribution Cooperation in the Philippines between THACO Auto and Mercantile. Distinguished listener and guests, THACO is a private enterprise established in 1997, which has now grown into a multi-industry corporation with supporting operating in key sectors of Vietnam economy, including automotive, agriculture, mechanical engineering, and supporting industry, investment and construction, commerce and services, and logistics, on which high complementarity and integration. Among these, THACO Auto, the key supporting, is one of the leading automotive manufacturers in Vietnam. Our business operations are organized throughout the value chain from product research and development, manufacturing, distribution, through retail, after-sales services, and spare part network, covering all range of vehicles, including passenger car, buses, trucks, and specialized vehicles under international and THACO brand. In 2024, THACO began researching and producing our first buses. Since 2005, THACO Auto has supplied over 20,000 buses of various types to Vietnam market and export the buses to the Philippines, Thailand, and Singapore. With the goal of participating deeply in the global value chain and enhancing competitiveness in the context of regional and global integration. Since 2018, THACO Auto has focused on developing Vietnamese brand automotive product, particularly THACO bus with a localization rate that has now reached over 70%. The products have not only conquered the domestic market but also been exported to Asian countries, including Philippines, a highly potential market with a well-defined public transportation system, modernization roadmap. At the end of 2019, we export our first batch of buses to the Philippines, which were well received by customers for their design and quality. Esteemed guests, at today's press conference, we are blessed to announce the strategic partnership between THACO Auto and BJ Mercantile. This is a very important milestone in THACO Auto's international market expansion strategy. With over 50 years of experience and vision to become a leading supplier in the commercial vehicle industry, BJ Mercantile is the ideal partner to work alongside THACO Auto in bringing our products closer to Philippine customers. THACO Auto commit to continuously upgrading and investing in modern production line, optimizing manufacturing processes, and maintaining strict quality control at every stage, ensuring the supply of high-quality product at reasonable price that meet customer specific requirement. We also offer superior after-sales services with up to 24 months warranty, along with the available spare parts, providing peace of mind for customer during use. Additionally, THACO Auto is committed to providing professional, prompt, and dedicated after-sales service, combined with a comprehensive technical training program for our partners and customer, operational and maintenance team. Moving forward, THACO Auto will continue to expand our bus product lineup and distribute THACO brand truck, develop distribution and service network in the Philippine market. We hope to make active contributions to building a safe and modern public transportation system in your country. Distinguished leaders and guests, today's program announcing the bus distribution cooperation between THACO Auto and BJM serves as the foundation for the strategic cooperation between our two corporations, while making an important step in THACO Auto international market expansion strategy. With our capabilities in automotive design, manufacturing, and professional after-sales services, THACO Auto commit to delivering the long-term corporate value and contributing to the development of the public transportation industry in Philippines. Once again, I wish all distinguished leaders and delegates good health, happiness, and success. Thank you very much.
And then I'd like to call the rest of the
po.
Allow me to extend a warm welcome and mabuhay to our Vietnamese partners from THACO Auto and the executive committee Mercantile. We'd also like to introduce to you the panel of our guests on the Q&A session who will see us today. Mr. Doan Jackie, Vice President of THACO Auto, and Mr. Vietnamese, Vice President of Mercantile. We invite our media friends to introduce themselves and stating their names and affiliation and asking questions. Who wants to start the question?
Good morning, congratulations on your venture. My name is Jin Kim from the Leonardo News Channel. For my first question, is there a target number of units or market share you're aiming to reach in the commercial vehicle space in the next 3 years?
For the Philippine market, because the cooperation is still fairly new, so and our market is actually quite competitive as it is right now. So we're starting off very conservative. I'm not going to mention any numbers first because I don't want to preempt what we are doing. But what I can share is THACO Auto's market shares in Vietnam. So in Vietnam, actually, for the bus sector, their market share for 2024 was 58%, and then for 2025, their market share is 73%. On the truck side for 2024, their market share is 28%, and for 2025, it's 33%. So I think you based on those numbers, you can really see how professional and how they take care of the market. So we are hoping that we will be able to reach a very good number in the next 3 years. I don't want to preempt anything first.
And to clarify, does the partnership involve EVs, or do you plan to go into that space?
At this point in time, there have been no talks yet for EVs, but the cooperation between BG Mercantile and THACO Auto is both for trucks and buses.
Sorry, missed that. And did any of the trade conflicts accelerate the need to diversify away from traditional auto suppliers?
Not really. I think THACO is still considered to be a traditional auto supplier. They still primarily they still offer diesel vehicles or ICE vehicles, as we call it. But I don't think that the trade conflict has anything to do with it. I think it is more of our preference in terms of who we want to partner with, and we just want to make sure that we actually are partnering with a very reliable company as well.
Again. What kind of investments does THACO Auto allotted for the Philippine market now that BG Mercantile is now helping them with their presence in the Philippines?
In terms of investments, basically it's the product specification. We want to make sure that we supply the correct specification for our local market. I mean, our local market is quite unique in the sense that comfort and aesthetics actually take the biggest share of what clients choose, right? I mean, as a passenger, you probably will be riding. You would choose a nice bus over one of those ordinary buses. So I think it's more of a product specification in terms of investment. Because the units actually will arrive completely built. So there is no investment in terms of assembly, although BG Mercantile has an assembly plant for other brands. And I'm sure you're very aware of that. That's on the bus side. So they have to make sure that they develop the correct product for our market. That's their investment. For the truck side, there are certain truck models already that they have been developing, and what we will do is we will just push that into the market. So again, in terms of investment, they will again, because of the free trade agreement between the Philippines and Vietnam, there is no need to actually bring the units in completely knocked down, so we can bring them in as completely built already.
I have a question. What any particular models that THACO Auto is planning to bring here in the Philippines? How many units are there? And are you confident that this would meet the demands of your market?
I am very confident that the product is far superior compared to what is available in the market in that space. I stress that word in that space because our market is actually segregated into several different levels. The Europeans being the ones up there considered to be premium. So what to bring in, basically, for the bus side, we are looking at 8.5 meters, 11 meters, 12 meters, and city buses. Those are the initial ones that we are looking at. In terms of the 12 meters actually have different seating capacities. So some are 2x1, some are 2x2. So depending on what we feel that is the need of the client is what, because normally clients have a mix anyway of their requirements. They would be requiring us to supply a portion of it 2x2, a portion of it 2x1. So it all depends on what they would require. In terms of number of units, at this point, we are looking at the correct number that will be able to at least initially supply to their fleeting requirements. Okay, it's already close to we are running on the second half of the year already, so we probably will be talking to them for their refleeting requirements for 2026 already, because normally refleeting happens the beginning of the year. So we are still in constant talks with our clients, and no firm number of units yet. So I cannot tell you, the exact number at this point.
For THACO Auto, so what made you decide to, venture in the Philippine market?
We understand that now the Philippine government want to do the modernization of the transportation, public transportation. And we think that the Philippine market is very potential market. And we believe that our product and our services, we can meet all the requirements of the Philippine market. And we are very confident when we cooperate with BG Mercantile to do business, and we want to contribute our product to the Philippine market.
Have to be a little bit firmer, I would say. Implementation of certain policies have to be firm. So I think that's probably what will drive confidence also with our business people.
Sorry, for THACO, are there any plans to put up a manufacturing plant in the Philippines?
No, we have no any plan to set up the manufacturing plant in Philippines.
Can I just add on to that? I think because I mentioned earlier the free trade agreement between the Philippines and Vietnam, I don't think that there is a need to set up a manufacturing plant in the Philippines. The manufacturing plant that they have in Vietnam is very, very extensive, and we feel that them concentrating all of their research and development in that manufacturing plant is good enough. Vietnam is not very far from the Philippines, so I think in terms of logistics, it's still very workable.
Good afternoon. My name is Luella Desiderio. I'm from Philippine Star. For THACO Auto, there was a mention a while ago that one of the reasons why you decided to venture into the Philippine market is because you have heard of the government's modernization program for the transport sector. Now, I'm curious because most of the vehicles, based on what was mentioned, are still ICE vehicles. Is there a study to bring in some electric powered buses or trucks in the near future?
Can I answer that on behalf of THACO Auto? The electric vehicle is still being researched right now at least for THACO. In terms of shifting to electric, we feel that, we still have to start with the infrastructure first, in terms of charging. Because without the infrastructure, I think it is quite difficult for the operators to shift to electric, even as much as they want to. And the infrastructure actually takes quite some time. The infrastructure itself, building the charging stations and all of these things, takes a lot of investment. So we need somebody to actually go in. Unlike for passenger cars, we actually have started seeing, and the mandate of the government is very clear when it comes to passenger cars, where all of the malls should have electric chargers and things like that. But for commercial vehicles, that's very difficult. Their battery capacity is much larger. Therefore, they would need a much bigger charging station. So, and that investment, the electrical requirements, et cetera, have to be done first before the full move to commercial EV vehicles.
And then last one from me. A while ago, there was a question about the growth prospects or growth outlook among the segments where you operated. Because even with truck and buses, you have the heavy duty trucks, the light duty trucks. Which segment do you see the most growth potential? Thanks.
On the truck segment, I think the light and medium duty trucks will still dominate that segment. The numbers will speak for itself. Logistics, moving from point A to point B, moving goods, moving food, that still is the primary mode of transportation. On the bus segment, I feel that the coaches or the provincial buses, as we call it here, will still be the fastest growth. Again, I would like to thank everybody from the media here. A lot of you have been supporting us from the very beginning. A lot of very familiar faces. Thank you very much for your continued support, and hopefully, as we grow, as we expand and bring in more brands, hopefully you'll still be here to support us. Thank you again.
Behind every victory is a powerful winning ride. The all-new Winner X. Ride like a champion. Take command.